Brexit is hanging in the balance, and so are the people of the UK. Polls in the UK closing just moments ago in the race between Conservative Prime Minister Boris Johnson and Liberal leader Jeremy Corbyn. An exit poll now projects victory for Boris Johnson. Ashley Webster is live in London. Ashley, what's the latest?
Well, I'll tell you, David, not only has Boris Johnson won, according to those exit polls, but he has won with an emphatic victory of 368 seats, which would give the Conservatives, an extra 50 seats won, and also an 86-seat majority. That is a thumping by anyone's imagination. A dreadful night, apparently, for Labour, who have, if these numbers prove to be anywhere accurate, they would have lost some 71 seats, coming in with just 191. That would be the lowest number for Labour in decades, and that would bring into question the future of Jeremy Corbyn, who has been running a campaign that's been based on the health service and all the other issues, social issues of the UK, whereas Boris Johnson has been pushing Brexit. And, of course, if this is true, he can get Brexit through and by the January 31st deadline of next year. So really quite a remarkable night. Now, I have to stress, these are just predictions. The real numbers are starting to come in, probably the first seats or two in the next half an hour, but it won't be until 6 a.m. local time before we have the true picture. But these exit polls, David, for the last three elections have been pretty accurate. So if this is true, it was a great, Boris Johnson has been vindicated for calling that snap election, and now, of course, is able to get his dream of his Brexit plan through. A big night, it appears, for Boris.
Extraordinary news. Ashley, thank you very much. So how will what happens over there affect us here, Liz?
Well, the first thing that happens is that the so-called special relationship is alive and well because President Trump and Boris Johnson have a pretty good relationship. They've been doing a major trade deal on the heels of any kind of Brexit arrangement that is made. I'm not sure how fast they will actually be able to move towards Brexit, but my guess is Boris Johnson having secured, it appears, this substantial majority. And by the way, that's contrary to the most recent polling out of the UK, so it's quite something. I think they'll move as quickly as they possibly can.
John?
Well, I think as someone who's running in the Democratic primary and is running against people who are running on similar platforms to Corbyn, I think it clearly sends a message.
Which is?
Which is socialism is not what the American people want. It's not what works. And we have to get back to those kitchen table issues that matter to everyone. Fixing health care, creating jobs, raising pay, improving public schools, creating jobs for people's kids so they can stay in their communities. Those are the things that matter, not throwing out the whole economic model in this country.
And, John, what a great opportunity, because, as you said, if socialism doesn't work, you know what capitalism works. So this is a great opportunity for the UK to try capitalism here. They've broken away from the rest of the EU to establish free trade, to open up those restrictions and regulations, make the UK essentially the Hong Kong, that free trading center of Europe, and watch it flourish, continue to thrive.
Capitalism is the greatest innovation and job creation machine ever. But it needs to be balanced with strong social programs, a safety net, and making smart investments in the next generation. That combination has been the genius of the United States of America, and that's what we have to get back to as a country. That's where I think the Democratic Party needs to be, and I hope all countries around the world adopt that free market economy with strong social programs approach to their economic model.
But let's be real here. I mean, Boris Johnson looks like he won, but big government in the UK is not going away. For me, it was like the flu going against the pneumonia. We know who the pneumonia was in the election. So hopefully they go more towards capitalism, because I got to tell you, the people of the UK are fantastic. And I think Jonathan said it right. There can be another Hong Kong there. They already are a great financial center. Times that by 2, times that by 3. Would love to see it happen.
Yeah.